Hey guys, Coach Daniel Hammer Tennis here. If you've been watching the channel recently and following us on Facebook and Instagram, you know that we're getting geared up for TennisCon 4. If you haven't already seen the other preview video, that's a preview of our video presentation on hitting big forehands, how to maximize that velocity, which is going to preview on the second day of TennisCon 4. Go ahead and check that out. And so what we're going to show you now is a preview of our second video presentation that's going to debut on the third day of TennisCon 4. So there's a link in the description below, guys. Go ahead and click that link. You can get access for 48-hour free access. And when you do that, you're going to unlock Coach Freeman's Big Power Secrets book. You're going to have able to view that until October 24th. There's also, you're going to receive a free $10 digital e-gift card to Tennis Express. There's also other options on there where you can get TennisCon 4 or TennisCon 3, or you can go ahead and unlock all of the TennisCons, TennisCon 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so you're going to get access to hours and hours and hours of content from all kinds of coaches from all over the world, world-renowned experts in the field, guys. So there's tons of content for you to dive into. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into this preview. This is going to be the preview of the video on the blueprint for grinding out points, for being that best counterpuncher. We're going to teach you guys how to look at the game differently, and you're going to see how to be smarter on the court. So let's go ahead and dive into this preview. Hey guys, Coach Daniel of Hammer Tennis here, and I'd like to welcome you to this video of TennisCon 4. And so in this lesson, what we're going to be working on is that single strategy. We're going to be talking about how to be that counterpuncher that nobody wants to play. We're going to talk about really setting in, getting that mindset, really grinding out points, being that backboard, really playing some solid tennis that's going to help set you up to be more successful in your matches. So we're going to get into what that really means, how it's going to work, and we're going to take a little closer look here. And we're going to go over some things that a lot of players aren't really probably looking at right now. So we're going to change the way that you're going to see the game, how you see points, to make you a better and more successful tennis player. So let's get to it, guys. All right, guys, so let's really get into this, and let's go ahead and talk about some things that we need to know on the front end. So that's going to help make you more successful in applying these strategies, okay? And so a couple things is the first thing that we want to talk about is more of the mindset. And so what is just sitting there grinding out points, being a counterpuncher, does that mean that we're going to push? No, that is not a successful recipe. That's not how we're going to win a lot of matches, just being a pusher. So you want to go ahead and take, a lot of times you hear counterpuncher, it equates to pusher. That's not what we're doing. A counterpuncher is not necessarily a pusher. Now, some people who do push the ball, they can be successful just sitting there and never missing, but that's not what we're talking about here. Obviously, if you want to, just never miss the ball, okay, some people call it a backboard, yes, but what we're going to be talking about is more of gameplay that's going to make you more successful. We're going to be talking about strategies that are going to help you make more shots and be in better positioning, so that way when you're playing someone, your opponent thinks, man, that guy's always where I'm hitting the ball, or I can't get the ball past this guy. But we're not going to just sit there and dink the ball, push the ball. We're going to be hitting normal shots, but we're going to be playing smart, statistical points. So a few years back, there was a movie called Grinders. It was about being a professional poker player. That's more the mindset that you want to have playing out your points, is I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not necessarily going to hit flashy, just go for a winner, off the rip kind of shot. So really grinding out being a counterpuncher is about playing your shots that have the highest percentage, okay? And so it's kind of in a way, and I've even worked with some golfers and stuff, and they talk about, it's kind of called, they'll say, well, I'm trying to analyze the course, and I'm going to hit the ball in the middle of the green. I'm going to play smart. And they call it boring. Well, that's kind of, the mentality is, to some, this may be what you might call boring tennis. But what it is playing statistical, smart, high probability on your shots. That way, you're cutting down on your errors, and you're going to start forcing your opponent into making choices that you already know which way they're going to go. So let's get into this a little bit deeper. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this a little bit deeper. And so a couple of things that you need to know going into some strategy type play that's going to help make you understand this a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get into these things that we need to know up front. So a couple things is, one, most of you probably know that the width of the court On a singles court, it's 27 feet. The length of the singles court is 78 feet. So when you hit across the diagonal of the court, you've got about 83 feet. So you've got about 5 extra feet. Now, granted, it's not the same, it's going out to a point, but still you've kind of got a curve there where you're going to have between 78 and 83 feet. So you've got more room. The other thing that is pretty basic, but it helps to also just keep into your mind, is that the net at the edge of the court is 3.5 feet and 3 feet in the exact middle of the court. So one thing that a lot of players assume is when they're out playing is that pretty much every shot is equal. But that's one thing similar, and so we're going to be talking about a little bit more about playing cards and that kind of analogy, because it's a really good analogy to help you understand the probability and the statistical analysis of playing out points. So just like when you're playing poker, not every hand is equal. Same thing when we're playing, not every shot is equal. Sometimes some shots are worth hitting and other times they're not. So we have to make sure that we're playing the best shot that is for us.